it's only 25. Yeah, well, it is at my end.
Creature.
Another creature.
From the deep, gigantic. Oh. He's been having turtles dinners, mate. This one.
Take your watch off. Sorry, mate, get that out of the way. Oh, he's a proper fat one.
Yeah, proper off, mate.
Oh, no, that's 5-0, mate, definitely.
Yeah. I know what I meant is, I
Right.
thought it's upper 5-0.
Is it Robert's fish, yeah? Yeah, I thought so.
Roberto's fish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 57.
This is what we come to Gigantica for. Absolute carp beasts like this. £57. Let me get him sorted. A carp called Robert's fish, and another one taken on the end trap soft, the choddy hooks, and a cell hook bait tipped with our IB maze. An awesome setup. And what we're going to do now is hand you over to Dan so he can take you through our range of coated hook links and how you can get the best from them so you're landing carp just like this Gigantica beast. What a carp.
Coated hook links are without doubt the #1 choice for carp anglers. I think because it's very easy to use, they're very versatile and they don't tangle. So let's have a look at our range and talk you through when to use each one. So first of all, the end trap soft. This is the one that superseded the hybrid soft. Basically it's a Dyneema core, so a braided core with a plastic coating on the outside. Comes in 3 colours. This is the gravel brown one, so perfect for here at Gigantica. There's a weedy green one and a silty brown one as well, so a very dark brown. That's brilliant on those sort of places like the old estate lakes and the sort of meres where there's loads of silt all over the bottom. It blends in perfectly there. Comes in 3 breaking strains. Ali's using the 20 pound on here. The 15 pound I would use if I was fishing with very small hooks, very small baits, fishing for smaller fish. I'd probably use that because it's a little more subtle. The 20 is a brilliant all-rounder. Like Ali's fishing for 70 pound fish here with no bother whatsoever. But I'd fish for doubles with this one as well. Very versatile. And you see on this one, he's fishing it all straight all the way through. So there's no breaking it at all. It's right up to the hook, and even the knot is out of the coated material. And then he's stripped it away at the top of the knot there. So he's got a soft hair basically. So he's combining that with a choddy hook, and it's turning the hook and catching hold very quickly. And you see at the other end, he's got a grinner knot tied to a hybrid lead clip. And what's basically going to happen on the cast, because there's a hinge in the hook link at that point, it's going to fold back next to the dark matter tubing, and that's basically going to stop it tangling. And you see he's got a big lump of putty in the middle of that. That's moulded around a sinker, and that just helps everything sink down on the bottom. All these materials sink on their own, but if you put that on there as well, if there's any little contours in the bottom, the hook link will sink into them, and it's much harder to see if it's pinned to the bottom. Now, I've got a 30 pound version here. That's the end trap soft in 30 pounds. Still quite a fine hook link for 30 pounds, and I know a lot of people use this as their #1 choice. There's a guy at Linear at the moment that I know really well, only uses the 30 pound, and he absolutely rinses it. And I said, why don't you use the 20 or the 15? He said, the 30 never snaps and it never tangles, so I'm going to keep using it forever. This one's set up for if I'm fishing at Gigantica or any sort of clean bottom, if I'm boilie fishing. So it's about 8 inches long. I've got a size 4 capture curve on there, and a little bit by the hook there you can see there's a little bit stripped back so that hook can lift up and catch hold. But the hook link's so soft anyway, to be honest, it's going to move very easily and go up into the fish's mouth, you know, really quickly. And then the next one, which is a new one, lots of people have asked us for this. This is the end trap semi-stiff. So straight away, if I push the hook link together, you can see it's a little bit stiffer than the soft. So basically it's going to push the hook bait away from the lead that little bit better. Still a brilliant all-rounder. You can use a soft anywhere. You can use this pretty much anywhere as well. I'd probably avoid it in really heavy weed just because it can come to rest, and because of the stiffness of it, the bait can end up sitting up in the weed. Then I'd want to go to a softer hook link. But for absolutely everything else, this is brilliant stuff. Again, comes in 3 breaking strains, 15, 20 and 30, and 3 colours as well. The gravel brown, the weedy green as we've got here, and then the silty brown as well. And then finally, the one that's been in the range the longest, my personal favourite, the hybrid stiff. Even better for anti-tangle, this one, because of the stiffness of the coating, and pushes everything away from the lead better than all the others just because of that stiffness. You can see I've got a bit of putty on there just to sink it down and pin it to the bottom. And on this particular one, I've stripped a bit back near the hook so the hook can lift up and catch hold. And that's really important with stiff coated hook links. There should be some kind of break in them so that the hook can lift up, turn and catch hold. And then I've got the old favourite rig ring on there and a bit of shrink tube as well to help that captor curve turn over. And then at the other end, I've crimped it on using our crimp. You could tie a half blood knot or a grinner in that, but because it is stiff, it is a little bit harder to do. So by crimping it, just makes the whole job easier, and it's very, very strong as well. So that's the range of coated hook links from Korda. We pay great attention to the colours. We take samples of actual lake beds and match them perfectly to them. They're all rigorously tested by all the boys at Korda, so they're really put through their paces before you ever use them. And the basic rule of thumb is the softer and choddier the bottom, the softer the coated hook link, the cleaner the bottom, the stiffer the hook link you should use.